Hi, welcome to Culture Pop Chicago. I'm Tim Pogo, and today we're going to go on an insider's tour of the Windy City through the eyes of the artists and personalities that make this town tick. We'll be with Laura Caldwell. She's a lawyer turned novelist, and she'll bring us around to her favorite hangouts. Author and law professor Laura Caldwell. Hello.
I like that. Good intro.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for hanging out with me.
Thank you.
So tell us about Laura Lawyer. What kind of stuff were you doing?
Well, you know, it's in the law these days, especially in big urban environments, people specialize. So I specialized in medical malpractice. I found it to be challenging. It's difficult. I did well. I tried cases. I became a partner. And I was writing on the side because it's sort of this hobby that just made me happy. I mean, I was writing, I think I wrote for 10 years before I got published. Writing is taxing, especially because I've been writing a lot of books lately. Both nonfiction and fiction, but it doesn't tax me in the same way that the law did.
You were from the area.
Yeah.
So it's home.
Yeah.
But you didn't ship out to be like, oh, I should probably be near the publishers in New York.
I don't know. I love Chicago so much. I feel almost guilty as you're asking me this question, because I feel like I should move to New York just because it's such a cool city. But I love Chicago. Like, I can't bear to be away from it.
And does Chicago appear as a backdrop in your stories? Or?
Yep. It's always been in every one. I have 10 novels out. I have a red trilogy, as we call it. It's Red Hot Lies, Red Blooded Murder, and Red, White, and Dead. And those are all very Chicago-centric. And it's becoming more and more and more of a character in and of itself. I really think Chicago is a character. I mean, it's like fascinating.
So just what are some of your things in this town that you just, what about it? What do you walk around and see and get inspired by and stuff?
Yeah, good question. I want to show you the bookseller. It's a little bookstore in Lincoln Square, where instead of getting coffee and perusing the shelves, you can get a glass of wine. The other place is The Joint, J-O-Y-N-T.
Okay.
I'm not even sure how long it's been there, but it feels to me old-time Chicago. Just kind of a hopping little place.
Well, let's down these and get going, huh?
Cheers.
Excellent.
Nice to meet you. So this is Lincoln Square.
It's a pretty cool little street, huh?
Yeah, we got the bookseller here. It's an old German town. You're gonna like it. Come on in.
All right, here we go.
So this is it.
Cool.
Come on in. Here's the bookseller. Susie.
Oh, hey,
Hi.
Laura. Good to see you.
How are you?
Terrific.
Have you met Tim Pogo?
Nice
This is
to meet
Susie, the
you.
owner of the
Thanks for
bookseller.
stopping
Looks very
by.
cool.
Yeah, have you been here? Isn't it great?
And what's with this right here?
And she has
There
some
it
good
is.
books. This girl takes care of her Chicago authors.
Oh, very nice.
Definitely.
Cool.
Which is one of the reasons I love this place.
All right, let's have a look, huh?
All right. Welcome.
Thank you. Good to be
Cheers.
here.
Thanks for having us.
Well, this is different than the library, huh? I mean, whoa, books and wine.
Have a glass of wine or a cup of coffee or soda and see what we have here to read.
So you're pretty big on featuring the Chicago authors, huh?
Yes, we like to be supportive of the authors that are native to Chicago. We're also thankful for the national authors that the publishers send our way. But Chicago is a very strong writing community. We're very fortunate to have the local talent that is quite nearby.
Very cool.
And everybody sort of hangs out together. It's great. Everybody just joins together, and places like the bookseller support all that.
So what sort of wines do you like to, have available here? Do you think, are there some that you choose that's like, you know what, this is kind of this will fit well with somebody just hanging out reading?
We have smaller production, more boutique-y type wines. And I just try to keep things that people are familiar with. Occasionally we'll try something new and a little different, but we have some fancier beers as well, trying to appeal to all tastes. Some books lend more towards the wine, so we'll have a wine tasting in conjunction with a book signing, and that's a lot of fun.
So having wine while reading works well. Does having wine while writing
Oh, that's a good
help
question.
things just flow, or what?
It does. One glass does, second one's downhill. So you got to time it just perfectly.
All right, well, let's have these then, huh? Thanks for showing us around. Let us hang out.
Cheers. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Susie.
I heard all about Stan the Man, so it's a pleasure to meet you now,
Pleasure
sir.
meeting you. Pleasure meeting you.
Thanks for having us come hang out at the Joint. Tell me about the Joint.
Opened up a couple of years ago through multiple places before this, but live music 7 nights a week. Anywhere from swing, R&B, to your top 40 standards, but mostly R&B, swing, old school standard stuff. Well, I was fortunate enough to meet Mr. Sinatra when I was like 17 years old, and I went on a tour with him for a number of years. So I was, you know, at an arm's length involved with music, and probably one of the greatest, you know, music people I can ever think of, you know, Mr. S, as we call him.
Or anybody can think of.
Yeah.
You were on the road with Sinatra.
Yep, he's a tremendous, great man, always will be.
So that's why, because on the way in, I saw all the photos on the wall. So now it explains why you know everybody. I saw Dan Aykroyd, Harrison Ford, the Sopranos boys. So all those years then around music, on the road with Frank and everything, obviously then music became a huge part of you, so that became the focal point then for your clubs in this place?
Yeah, Mr. Sinatra was always a big fan of live music. Whenever town we ever went into, he would generally like to go to a venue that had live music. In all the places I've ever owned, I've always had some form of live music element.
7 nights a week, you know, you can hear music that you're gonna have fun sing. I mean, you know, you can't really count on that everywhere. I'm talking 7 nights a week. If you feel like seeing music, get in here around 9 and you're gonna have fun.
So who's gonna play for us tonight?
Tonight we have a great young artist named Dakota. I had the pleasure of meeting Dakota when he was like 4 or 5 years old, and he played for Sinatra a couple times. He was like a Sinatra protege. Sinatra got a big kick out of him. And tonight you're going to hear a couple of his originals. He's got a couple of originals that he wrote, and hopefully you like them.
Let's get him going, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, buddy. As a special treat, performing for us live here on Ovation at the Joint, this is Dakota Horvat and the Goodfellas.
Girl, I knew from the start, come in my heart, looked in your eyes, I got so hypnotized. Girl, I want you to know that you're in my soul, right where I want you to be. I never say goodbye, never say goodbye. I never say goodbye, never say goodbye. Never say goodbye.
All right, there you go. Thanks for spending time with us today in Chicago. If you want to find out more about Laura Caldwell, Sheffield's, The Bookseller, or The Joint, just head on over to culturepop.com.